Madam Clerk, if you could be so kind as to give us our land acknowledgement and procedure for committee of the whole.
Thank you. The City of Maple Ridge carries out its business on the traditional and unceded territories of the Katzie First Nation and the Kwantlen First Nation. The meeting is being live streamed and recorded and will be available to the public for playback on our website in accordance with Council Policy 3.12. Committee of the Whole is the initial venue for council review of information to ensure that council can debate and vote on issues at a future council meeting. No voting takes place on bylaws or resolutions during Committee of the Whole. This meeting is being conducted through the city's One Meeting platform. For voting purposes, council has been provided with voting cards, green for in favor, red for opposed, and yellow for point of order. For members of the public who would like to speak during community forum, clearly state your name and city of residence before beginning your comments. If you are participating electronically, please use the raise hand icon, and when you are called upon, turn on your camera. And if you are attending the meeting in person, please come forward to the podium when the chair invites speakers.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. First on our agenda, we will approve today's agenda. May I get a motion, please? Moved by Councillor Carreras, seconded by Mayor Rumi. All in favor? Carries. Minutes for December 5th, 2023. May I get a motion to adopt those? Moved by Mayor Rumi, seconded by Councillor Carreras. All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to our first item.
Thank you. The first item is item 5.1, application 2018-448-RZ01 for the property located at 12061 Lady Street. And the application is to extend the completion date in the Heritage Revitalization Agreement for the conservation of the Gillespie residents on the subject site, and staff are in attendance.
Morning, Mr. Chair. Such a minor item. I didn't know there was even a PowerPoint for this one. So the subject property is located on Lady Street as shown on the subject map. This is the property here shown the urban residential map on Lady Street. And this is the property shown on the ortho photo. So this application is being received to extend the completion date on the Heritage Revitalization Agreement. The extension is proposed to allow the work to be completed not in 18 months, but to 30 months, as the expiry date is approaching the 26th of this month in 2024. So the proposed extension is to January 26, 2025. So the application initially was to allow for the 3 dwelling units to be constructed on the site in exchange for conservation of the Heritage Gillespie residents in the form of an RT2 ground-oriented infill project. 4 units in total, 3 existing or 3 new units and the 1 existing unit. So this application, although very minor, is just extending, will have to take place, final adoption after Ministry of Transportation approval is given, because it's considered the same as a rezoning application, although very minor in amending the heritage application. The Heritage Revitalization Agreement also provides for $25,000 security for the city for conservation work to be completed if it's not completed by the applicant. And so the recommendation is that the Maple Ridge Heritage Designation and Revitalization and Tax Exemption Agreement amending bylaw 7982/2023 be given first and second and third readings. Mr. Chair and Committee.
Thank you, Mr. McMullen. May I get a motion to move the recommendation before us? Moved by Mayor Rumi, seconded by Councillor Carreras, and I'll open the floor up for discussion. Questions of clarification? Seeing none. All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item 10, Community Forum. Participants in the Community Forum are reminded that there should be no discussion of public hearing bylaws which have not yet reached conclusion. Each speaker will have 2 minutes to speak to council. A second opportunity may be provided once all speakers in the queue have had an opportunity to speak. The total time allotted for Community Forum is 15 minutes. If you wish to inquire about additional opportunities to address council, please contact the corporate officer. For members of the public who would like to speak during the community forum, clearly state your name and city of residence before beginning your comments. If you're participating electronically, please use the raise hand icon. And when called upon, turn on your camera. And if you are attending in person, please come forward to the podium when the chair invites speakers. Thank you.
Seeing no one in chambers, and I don't believe we have any online participants either, we'll carry on to adjournment. And with that, meeting is concluded. Thank you. It's quite the rambunctious discussion we had.